Hi friends, now we're back at the TMS Creative Project. Let's go check out what changes have been made. I already made an appointment with Miss Try earlier. Let's go take a look right away.
Before we continue, let's look back at the previous video.
Here we're truly welcomed by a grand atmosphere. So this is the foyer area. There are 2 benches, definitely for guests who come in. I see that wood is the dominant material here, and to add to the beauty, the chandelier really stands out. Wow, if you're a guest here, you definitely feel very elegant. Now, let's go ahead and take a look inside. Wow, we can see a very spacious area here. There's a living area, a dining area, and also the kitchen. The atmosphere I get here really flows from the living room to an area like this. So it really feels like we're being shown that the rooms are quite spacious. Let's take a look at the kitchen area first. As far as I remember, it didn't look this beautiful back then. So this material is marble. And then it's dominated by a material that I'm not exactly sure about. Maybe it's the same as the machine. And the faucet, yeah. This material is like some kind of wood or panel. And there are a lot of cabinets in the kitchen area. So it's really convenient if you want to store things. And of course, it keeps things very tidy. Now let's go straight into the dining area. Wow. From the number of chairs, I can see that this can fit 8 people. And with a setting for 8 people, you definitely need a big table. So they're using a sturdy table plus some interesting lighting, and I have to say it's pretty unique. Let's go to this room. It's actually hidden. So this is the bathroom. There's really no change. So as you can see at home, this isn't like a regular room, so it's like a normal wall, but it can be opened. This one is wow. You just need to push the door and it opens right away. So this is the bedroom. The design is the same as the one outside earlier. It really gives off a cozy, comfortable vibe. And here there's a combination with a wooden backdrop. There's also a brown tones. Now for custom cabinets. And I feel like in this room, maybe because there's so much light coming in, you know, friends. So when I walk in, it doesn't feel like a small room in this place. Even though if I look at the size, it's actually just an average sized room. I have a lamp here, but I find it really interesting how Mbak Bateri arranged it. She used this type of lamp. It's the kind with a dimmer, so you can adjust the brightness of the lamp. So if someone wants to sleep here later, it can be adjusted. Okay, I think we should just continue and go outside, friends. Let's go straight to the living area here. It's spacious. See, it's connected to the dining area, so there really aren't any boundaries. When I sit here, friends, I really feel like a queen. Because the TV in front, the screen in front is really big for watching TV. And for sure, it'll be great when there are a lot of people. The color on the back of the screen is also black. So it gives an elegant effect. It's interesting. And that's what I want to share with you, my friend. The screen. It turns out it's actually deeper than the wall. On the back here, they also installed wood paneling. Wood paneling along with interior accents. Now I want to add something else, friends. The concept in this room is an open plan concept. So there's no partition between the living, dining, and kitchen areas. Here we can see that everyone using that area can do so freely, friends. So it's open, it's more interactive, you know. And the grand atmosphere really feels strong with this open plan concept. Now let's go straight to the lower area, to the garage area. If you still remember from before, Batri showed us about the modification in the area behind the stairs. Now we've arrived at the basement, everyone. Here, the atmosphere doesn't really feel like a basement room from the colors and the use of the interior, you know. So it's just like a regular room, really. Now here we can also see there's a seating area. Maybe this is for the owner or their friends who might come in from the garage area. And maybe they're waiting to be picked up, right? Now the glass here is transparent. So when the car comes in, the people sitting here can see it. Now there's another room here. This is also a storage room, guys. So here in the basement, Mbak really makes the most out of the space, so that all the rooms are used and multifunctional. Now let's go straight to the area that was modified earlier. It was customized under the stairs. So above here is the staircase. So here is the area that was turned into an office, into a cabinet space. To store things, maybe shoes or knickknacks, so it's easier to grab when someone comes in from the garage and needs them. You can also put your stuff here. So it's neat, not messy. And there are a lot of these friends. There are also drawers here. Wow. So you don't have to worry about your things getting messy. That's all for the basement. So now let's take a look to the top floor. Let's check out the room upstairs. Now we're on the very top floor, guys. There's a skylight to let in more light, so the atmosphere here is really bright. We also have an elevator in this house, guys. This elevator is a bit different. You can really see it here. This is a combination of the materials used on the side of the elevator. It looks really elegant. And then there's this combination. What material is this? It's gold colored. Now let's go straight to the living area on the top floor. The concept here is quite similar to the one downstairs. But of course, since this is the top floor, it's more private. As for the interior, as you can see, here the openings and windows are really big. And of course, if you still remember, last time there weren't any cabinets here, it was just a plain wall. So it was custom made and modified by Ms. Tri, so now it has a fully compartmentalized design like this. This can also be used for storage, and it really creates a unified atmosphere. Because the position over here, the finish is wood-toned, right? This is also wood. So it gives the effect of bringing everything together toward the center. Let me try sitting down. Okay, friends? Yeah, it's really comfortable. So here, it really does feel spacious. It feels really comfortable, like nothing is closing it in. Let's take another look right away. This is interesting, guys, if we take a look. So if we look at the materials used in the staircase area, it uses a textured finish. Now on this side, we use paint. Then in the area, this side uses wallpaper. The mix and match looks really great. So it combines something in the middle to make the paint and the wallpaper not look separated, so they become a cohesive whole.
Miss Bateri is really tough.
This is the washing area. So there's a sink and a place to put eating and drinking utensils. Here's the bedroom. Well, this bedroom is more or less the same as the one downstairs. It's just that here, I see the design is the same. What I notice is really different is when you first enter the one downstairs had really big windows, right? So a lot of light comes in and it actually feels more spacious. Well, here there's a wardrobe. It's really obvious because the door is aligned with the wall. Well, from this window, you can see if the room inside this wardrobe is flush or if it sticks out to the front. So it's kind of hanging like that underneath. Basically, the texture is the same because the material used for this wall is the same as the one below. So it gives off a wood feel that makes everything feel more natural and comfortable. Now let's take a look here. There's another door. Looks like a bathroom, right? That's right, it's a bathroom, guys. So the bathroom here has a shower. In terms of design and color usage, it's not much different from the one downstairs. So there's gray, there's brown, and then the mirror is super big, jumbo size. Okay, for the design, this is elegant. Now let's take a look at one more room, guys. Oh, turns out this is the living room. I don't remember seeing a door there earlier, guys. I think the door is camouflaged. That's why you can't tell that this door leads to the bathroom. So what did they do with the fixture here? It's Bakri. Huh? Huh? Here she is on Bakri, the one everyone's been looking for downstairs. Hello, how are you? Kim, how are you?
Oh no. So have you already looked around?
Wow, it's really cool. I already checked downstairs earlier. Yeah, from the first floor, then to the basement, then to the top floor. Yeah, right in front earlier. Okay. So many changes, right, Mbak Tripri, from the interior and more? The use of panels and the custom ones you made, Mbak Tri. I'm really amazed by the changes you made. Now we're here in the master bedroom. Master bedroom, yes. Can you tell us a little bit about the concept? Okay.
So maybe let's take a look at the master bedroom. So at first this room was just an empty space and the ceiling was flat. Well, Sir wanted something different
So it's different.
in the sense that it's not just a house with plain flat panels, but it gives more of an aesthetic impression. So we showcase lines and a combination of materials. That's right. And here, if you look, we also opened up the ceiling.
That's right. The one from before was also taken apart. We took it apart too.
So we really give a grander impression. And also the gold color is the owner's favorite.
No wonder I saw it earlier in the little elevator area. Yes, the railing.
There are a lot of gold accents.
A lot like that. Okay, so it's according to the owner's request for the gold, right? That's right. Okay.
Whereas for the TV, we can also see that the owner definitely wanted a TV in the master bedroom. So we present a TV panel and the material is also wallpaper, but it's leather.
The wallpaper is made of leather.
Yes, that's right.
There was also something interesting in gold earlier, right? Yes, that's right.
Yes.
So if I look at this, what kind of room is this, ma'am? Is this a walk-in closet or what is this room?
Yes. So this is actually a walk-in closet. If we pay attention here, the reason this area is called a walk-in closet is because you walk in. Basically, that's how it is. So if you look here, there are various materials. Here, it looks more like leather suede, right? And over here, it's actually a mirror because that's what mom requested.
Okay.
So this is mom's request because usually whenever we change clothes, we definitely want to see from head to toe, right? But the one behind Kim belongs to Sir. So this one is hers. This is his. So there are more of his things here.
Oh, how come there are more of his things?
Yes, so actually the husband only stays here from time to time. So this is more of a stopover home, not a place to live forever. So this is a stopover home and the husband travels a lot for business. That's why a lot of his clothes are kept here. So the husband has separate sections for folded clothes and drawers. Well, actually, we also consulted with Lalablo about this. So it really is a furniture store that provides custom wardrobes like this.
Okay, the result is really great, ma'am. Yes, thank you. The walk-in closet is really neat. Plus, you can separate the his and her sections, right?
Yes, that's right.
So, what other rooms are there, ma'am?
So this is directly connected to the master bathroom. Actually, the master bathroom is really comfortable and it also has his and hers areas. But we really unified the circulation flow, meaning it was already set up like that by the architect.
Miss, actually, I still have a lot more I want to ask, Miss. Of course, but I think we'd be more comfortable sitting downstairs, Miss. Let's go.
Okay.
Now, I want to ask about the origin of this house. From you, Babateri, since you handled it, maybe from the owner. What did they want and what is the concept of this house itself about?
Okay, so at first, this client has actually been with TMS Creative for 9 years. From the apartment until now, there have been several properties. So specifically for this house, it's actually a house that was just built by the developer. Then it was bought by the owner.
I see.
So actually, this house architecturally was like this before the owner bought it. Maybe because I was already quite close with him as the designer. He asked, Mbak Tri, can you take a look at this house? Is it okay if I buy it? Honestly, spatially, I have to admit that I already liked it. So, as an interior designer, when I see a house where the spaces are comfortable, I really appreciate it. Why is that? It's not like that, and actually, we can develop it even better. Well, but your request, sir, is because this house is more of a modern house. So, it's not classic even though your house is out of town and it's actually very classic. But maybe he wants to have a house that's different in terms of design, and it's in Jakarta. So he asked for something that would blend harmoniously with the architecture. So when I came in, one of them is the comfortable circulation flow. Second, the design is already modern tropical. So I thought, okay, we will research what modern tropical actually is. One thing I remember is that you wanted Miss Butri to make this house feel like a hotel. Like a hotel, that's what was requested. If possible, not just 5 stars, but the morning star, you said, meaning above 5 stars, even higher, you said. Please continue with the story from earlier, Miss Try. About the concept, does that mean you faced a lot of challenges or how was it for you? Can you tell us about it? Okay. So actually, challenges in a project are probably something that's normal when working on projects. There are always some, right? Whether there are many or not. Whether there are many or not depends on their relevance, right? But our initial hope was that during the renovation, it would only be the interior. Why? Because this is actually a new house. But of course, there are always various challenges, right? When we renovate, there will always be some demolition involved. Then there are adjustments, right? One of the reasons the owner chose this house in Jakarta, it's because the garage can fit 4 cars. So 4 cars in the garage, 2 cars in the carport. Because the owner really wants his car collection to be inside the garage. That's the first reason. Secondly, the owner wanted a very masculine look. So besides the modern tropical style, the owner also wants the interior to be very masculine. So what does it mean to be masculine, right? We try to feel it as designers. Sometimes we go masculine, sometimes feminine, right? But we also do research on that. So at TMS, getting an idea isn't just about looking around. But we really research it that masculinity might be represented by bold lines with a combination that's also bold, right? So that's why the owner chose to make the garage dark. Okay, like that. So maybe later, if Kim had a chance to see it, or maybe spent more time in the lounge earlier. So for the garage, our renovation was more about the paint color. So it's actually just paint, that's all. What's interesting is that color actually has a big impact. For example, if someone wants a darker color, you can just paint it, right? But it turns out there's a challenge there. So when the existing paint color is white, we think, okay, the wall is in good condition. We just need to paint it black, right? Actually, it's not really black, but more like charcoal black. So it's a bit of a dark grayish black, right? But when it's white, we think the wall is in good condition. When we apply the paint, why does the paint have white spots like this? So in the end, the construction had to stop the building work. So we started thinking, what's the reason for this? In the end, I asked someone who is really an expert in paint. One of the paint experts I know is Deluxe. So Deluxe came and did some tests. It turned out that the humidity level in the garage was high. So they said the standard is 17%. Meanwhile, the one below is 21% most likely. It's because there's a swimming pool in the house. So because of the swimming pool. And maybe it's true because it's in a semi-basement. So maybe the previous wall treatment wasn't quite right. So the humidity level is really high. So there are pros and cons, right? So when we use dark paint, that's when it shows up. It's like white spots. That's because of the high humidity. In the end, they suggested it should be treated. The next challenge is that the garage has a lot of people passing by. I'm worried the paint will get stained again, but not because of humidity this time. It's because of people. So in the end, we used Dulux's Easy Clean product. So the challenge on this floor is that the existing finish doesn't match what the client wanted. Right, so what I mean is maybe the color isn't quite right, the HPLs, things like that. In terms of that, maybe the material or the pattern isn't quite right, things like that. So his challenge for us is to make changes. Just the finish. As for the pantry area, just try everything, yes. We got confused, right? We're not supposed to take it apart like that, right? How do we change the finish? Well, one of the ways is, like it or not, we had to remove everything from the doors and everything else. Then we replaced the finish with HPL. That's how it was. So that was one of the challenges. The next challenge on this floor was because design-wise, I changed everything, including the ceiling. Yes. So the challenge was that we still had to make sure not to disturb the AC. That's it. Actually, an interior designer is not a decorator, Kim. Yes, people might think, right, that the architect has already designed the space. The interior just needs to be filled in. No, because there are some things that were challenging for us, like the AC. The AC is centralized, right? So when we make changes, we can't touch it. I mean, we have to be careful, right? We don't want to damage it. And then there's the panel that... Kim, look up here, okay? All of this, we actually took it apart. Everything was dismantled. Everything was taken apart, you know? And one of the challenges for our team was actually how to overcome it. The weight of this lamp, you know? So this lamp is just one, Kim, if you look at it. Usually the lamp has maybe 1 or 2 center points, right? But here we have many. Sometimes, you know, previously, the challenge was to create something, a structure that can evenly support weight, like that. So in the family room, if you saw it earlier, Kim, that's in the family room. How do I put this? Actually, the color of the wood. In my opinion, it's okay. I'm not saying it's not good or anything, but really it depends on your taste, friends. If it's HPL or veneer or anything like that, it depends on what we want, right? What color, what pattern, things like that. It just so happens that my husband doesn't really like it. With that, yes, with the color. Finally, on top, all the panels upstairs. We replaced it. Just the finishing again. Just the finishing. That's really a challenge for us, for the contractor, right? That's with HPL. Coincidentally, we use ICA HPL, right? So it's really the one on top. Most of them, yes, for the family room. That was already there. It came from the architect, like that, from the design. What are the highlights, ma'am, from what you've worked on here? Can you share that too, ma'am? Yes. Okay. So our highlight is the paneling here. It's divided into two types of paneling. So the first type of paneling is on the first floor. If you see Kim, this uses veneer. This uses veneer. So this uses veneer. Yes, that's right. That means it's a real wood layer. So it's not printed. So it's a layer of real wood. The advantage of veneer is that you can really see the grain. You can see it, right? It's really visible. The wood grain, you know. That's right. The second thing is the color. So when it comes to color, if we use veneer, we can choose the color we want. Oh, I mean, for example, let's say we call the veneer teak. But why isn't it dark enough? Well, we can make it darker in the finish so that it's more brown, darker, or if you want something lighter, then we don't use teak, but another material. Okay. Then the second one, we also use HPL. We also use HPL. It's used on the second floor. Actually, if Kim pays attention, there are a lot of line panels in this house. You're talking about the camouflage door. Yeah.
Camouflage.
Yeah, my friend found a lot of concealed rooms, and actually the uniqueness is that it's not camouflage. That's right. The real uniqueness of hidden rooms is that they're not visible. With a door, that's actually what we want to highlight. Custom designs like that, so custom designs are different from, for example, just choosing furniture. Sorry, I mean, when it comes to choosing furniture in this house, we actually use a lot of furniture from Pita and Lavlo. But those are pieces of furniture that were really designed and chosen by us. So the designs might be from abroad or local, but we are the ones who choose them. We also have customized carpets, rugs. So customizing carpets is one of them, and it actually becomes a highlight and a challenge, yes. So carpets are actually more of a decorative item, but actually with decoration, it also enhances the interior. Well, we can buy carpets that are already available for sale, for example, with standard sizes. But there are also ones that can be custom made. Well, we had it custom made at Vio Home. And when it comes to custom orders at Vio Home, in terms of design, we collaborate with them to make sure it fits this house. So, for example, Kim also pays more attention to the colors we choose. And those are colors that I handpicked myself. That's it. So there's a gradient from blue to white to a bit of yellow and brown. That's to tie the tropical feel together.
I'm curious about the duration and also whether the execution in the field matched what you had planned.
Okay? For the duration, actually, from the design side, it really depends on the client. But for this project, it was 3 months. For this project, it was 3 months, and it's around 300 to 400 square meters. But after that, there has to be a review period, contractor selection, and all the contracts. So the selection and review period alone takes about 2 weeks for an area this size, because the material approval process takes quite a long time. After that, actually working on a house this size takes about 3 to 4 months.
Thank you, actually.
In general, that's been my experience. But because my client often orders a lot of furniture from abroad, So there's a waiting period. The waiting period is about 4 to 6 months.
Longer than, that's right, it's longer.
So the total time for this house is actually 9 months.
So for friends who are interested in TMS Creative's designs or portfolio, where can they see it, Miss Try?
Okay, we have a website at www.tmscreative.com. We also have Instagram, TMS Creative. That's it. So just check it out.
Thank you so much, Miss Try, for giving us the opportunity to see the process from before and after. Now we can see how TMS Creative designs a house. So for friends at home, if you have any questions, please drop them in the comment section. And don't forget to share, like, and subscribe. Thank you for watching, friends. Stay tuned for other reaction project videos.